For me, motivation is the stimuli and incentive behind wanting to get a task done or not, whether that be in the workplace or in a different situation. An example of this is having the motivation to get this assessment done, as it's not due until the end of July. I decided I wanted to get it done now rather than later. My reasons being, if I left it, I might forget about it. And also, if I get it done now, I can relax knowing that all my uni work is done till the beginning of the next semester. Lots of people enjoy their jobs and that is the motivation for them to do it, whereas for some people, the only motivation they have is their paycheck. In the workplace, motivation can be quite a big thing. If you like your job, you're more likely to have the motivation to succeed in it and do what is required. And if you don't have the motivation to do your work, you are less likely to do it or move up the company. Managers have to gauge their employees' sense of motivation so that if they have no motivation, the manager needs to try and instill some in them. This could be done in a variety of ways, including introducing bonuses for if a certain thing is done within a certain time frame. Or just talking to an employee to see what the problem is and seeing whether you, as their manager, can sort it out. Saying that, even the employees with a good sense of motivation will from time to time need checking on and praising, which in turn will boost their motivation. This can also be done through training, either generally or specific to their role, which may give people motivation as they may be the only ones in the company who know how to do that specific role. Quite often, if you leave your team to do the work, that encourages and motivates them as well, as they believe you, as their manager, believe in them. An example of this is when my manager was asking me to do the stock list we needed to acquire. To start with, I was really motivated to do this, but on a regular basis, my manager would come back to me saying, we don't need X, Y or Z in it, so I started losing my motivation to do it. There are two types of motivation theories, content and process theories. Content theories are those that have emphasis on what motivates people, and then process theories are where the emphasis is placed on the actual process of motivation. An example of a content theory is Herzberg's two-factor theory, 1959. This involves two sets of factors which, if absent, cause dissatisfaction and therefore low motivation. One set of factors is hygiene or maintenance factors. These include job satisfaction, salary, relationships, working conditions and the level of supervision. If these factors are good, then as far as the employee is concerned, they will have high motivation to come in and work, whereas if they are not good, the employee won't have the motivation to want to come in and work. The other factors in this theory is growth or motivator factors. These include things like the sense of achievement, recognition for their work, the nature of the work, their personal growth and advancement and responsibility they are given. If they are happy with these, they will have more motivation to do their job than if they are not. This theory has a disadvantage of being that it has a limited application to manual workers, as it's claimed that the theory applies least to those whose jobs are monotonous, repetitive and limited in scope. The advantage of this theory is that if a manager realises a couple of factors that motivate their employees, they can see if they can motivate them by using either more of the same factors or the other factors. Vroom's expectancy theory of 1964 has three variables. Expectancy, which is the belief that a particular effort or action will lead to a particular outcome. Instrumentally, which is the belief that the outcome will have a particular reward. And then valence, which is the value that an individual attaches to a reward. For example, if someone believes that if they work harder they will get a pay rise, then they will put more motivation and effort into working hard so that they will get the pay rise. Porter and Laura in 1968 went on to develop this theory even more by adding the value of reward. In other words, what employees hope to achieve from their work. Perceived effort, in other words, the more work I do, the more money I'll get. And effort, in other words, the more effort I put in, the better my reward will be. Expectancy theories are all very similar, but are not often very easy to understand or apply, as problems can arise with the large number of variables within the different situations. Therefore, a disadvantage of trying to use these theories is that it is often hard for a manager to differentiate between the different employees and the variances that increase their motivation.